Hey guys, and welcome back. So this is a preview for my auction this week. We will be doing my auction on Tuesday. Let me see exactly what date that is, so I say it correctly, but it's this coming Tuesday, so exactly a week from now. So it's going to be the 3rd of September. So Tuesday, September 3rd, we are going to do my live auction. I am going to attempt to do it on YouTube as soon as they recognize that I've hit 1,000 subs. Because I tried the other day and they hadn't recognized it yet. So this is the first piece. Piece number 1. It is Life's Rings. It has 2 coats of Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. This was a 2018 piece. Piece number 2 is Metallic Works. It has lots of metallics. It also has texture. It has, if you feel it run over it, you can kind of feel like little valleys. I can't remember if I used a crackle for this or if I just added the texture. But this one has some really pretty metallics right through here. Love it. And then we have Toxic Ocean. This one is also texturized. The black right through here is kind of valleys, and that's where the texture is. It's not over the whole thing. And this one had the spray Krylon gloss. So that's how that one was finished. This is Melting Wax. And I believe I planned for it to be turned this way, but you can really turn it anyway. It's a really beautiful swipe. It's got metallic gold in it. It's got some blues, some blacks, and this kind of ochre like yellow. It has 2 coats of the Liquitex on it as well. I'm going to try to put this here to keep my camera focused if I can. Let's get back because I'm too short to see. Maybe that will help keep it focused. All of these 8x10 canvases will start out at $5 starting bid. This is Starburst. It is metallics, reds, some lighter blues with the blacks. There's copper and gold metallics in here. It is also texturized, and it was sprayed with the Krylon clear coat. Dragon's Blood has color shifts, metallics, some regular paints. It was also sprayed with the Krylon. Trying to see if I can show the metallics, but I don't know if they'll show up there. We're just going to kind of run through these so that everybody can see what we have. Western Sky, one of my favorites. It has the Crackle Effect polyacrylic on it. So it's very hard to see unless you're like up close, but it does have the beautiful crackles. It has some really pretty cells and some other things going on. So this one's one of my favorites. If it doesn't sell, I'm probably just going to hold on to it. Bird's Eye View is a tree ring pour that kind of looks like the birds flying over, and there's a little island and then the ocean and whatnot. So there is Bird's Eye View. Try not to take too long on these because I don't want people to get tired of watching, and I want you to see everything. This one is Lost Rainbow. This is also another one that I really like because of the metallics, the color shifts. I believe before they put the restriction on how many subs you had to have to do lives, I believe we did this one live because we had the black and white negative space and then we blew it out. So It's really pretty. I hope you guys can see those metallics and color shifts. But my camera is way up there, so I can't see what you guys see right now. Okay, this one is one of the ones that hasn't been named, but it reminds me of either a ghost or a wedding dress. And this is the torso and this is the dress. So that's kind of what I get from it. It kind of looks like there's a little man here and then another man here, then a figure right here, and then the bigger either ghost or wedding dress. But it has some really nice gold metallics. This one has 2 coats of the Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. It's very shimmery. And then we have this one that I actually really like for some reason. I think it's the blues clashing. The yellow that, or the white that looks a little yellowed, that is actually the neutral glow-in-the-dark paint. So that's why it gives it that kind of yellowed effect. So most of this that you see that's white, that looks like thunder crashing or what, lightning crashing, most of that is glow-in-the-dark. And this also has 2 coats of Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. One of my favorite pours to do, this was one of my first traveling tree ring pours that I ever did. And I believe it was also leftover paint as well. So you've got the blues, purples, yellows, greens, then you've got the darker reds with pinks, whites, and some darker blues and purples. And it's really pretty, just the way that it landed. This has also got 2 coats of Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. Again, all of these are starting bid $5 a piece. This one is German Shepherd. This was a complete accident. I don't know how it happened, but you've got the dog's muzzle, you've got both of his ears, and his neck, and part of his body. So it does look like a German Shepherd or a dog of that style. But I thought it was really cool, and it is very beautiful. It has antique copper metallic, gold metallic, there's some yellow, black, and then there's very little around the ear and in some places on the face, that aqua green. So it's actually gorgeous. I thought about keeping this one, but it looks more German Shepherd than my dog's, so that one is available. This one I'm going to put here. I'm going to sit it here, but it's sideways. This is the Great Smoky Mountains. So I did the beautiful pour, and it made me think of Aurora Borealis. So then I decided to add mountains in front of them, which are texturized, by the way. I don't know if you can see that, but I did texturize the mountains so that it kind of looks like the rocks and stuff. The rest of the picture is not texturized. It's just the mountains. I added some trees. I actually think I painted this one either on a video or on a live. But I really like this one, and this is the first time it's been available for auction. I was planning on possibly keeping it, but I have so many other people's art on my walls. This is a dip. It has lots of colors. It has the metallic amethyst, metallic golds. I just think it's just an all-over colorful dip. This would also be a good piece if somebody wanted to do a collaboration and add a peacock or something else to that. So if it doesn't sell, I would be open to collaborating with somebody. This is an all metallic piece. It's a tree ring pour, and it's got some really defined rings that you just can't really see unless it's in person, and some gorgeous cells going on. It is all metallics though. And it has 2 coats of the Liquitex Gloss Varnish. And even in this spot that looks like a big copper spot, there's actually really fine blue rings. So it's pretty cool. Then we have Grenade. This was the one piece from the last auction that did not sell. Not sure why, because it's one of my favorite pieces from the last auction. It has all of these gorgeous cells going on over here, some really cool lacing, and then just this big eye-catching cell. So that is Grenade. I'm trying to show you all the cells in the light because I can't see what you guys can see. This is an all metallic, all color shift piece. So everything in here is either color shift or metallic. It's mostly blues, purples, and yellows. It also has 2 coats of, excuse me, the Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. I can't speak all of a sudden. This one is called Mystic Cloud. It's like a big cloud over top of a storm, and almost as if you're looking down into the eye of a hurricane, and then you see all the clouds rotating around it. So that's what that is. It has some negative space, which I don't do a lot, so it's really rare to find a piece of mine that's got negative space on it. And then we have this piece. This was one of my real early pieces when I first started out. It does have some antique copper metallics, and then it's mostly like reds, whites, blues, and then some pinks and greens came out. There's some yellow. It's got some really pretty cells. And this has the spray Krylon varnish on it. But the colors are very in-depth and bright. Put that there. This was one of my first strainer pours. It is texturized in a few spots, and it has the Liquitex High Gloss Varnish on it. It also has some silver metallics, and the silver metallics is actually what caused some of the texture, because that specific silver metallic from, I want to say it was from Folk Art, it did not mix well with the Floetrol. So, but everything's good. It's held up. I've had this piece for almost a full year and there's been no issues, so that's why it's finally available, because I wanted to make sure. So the gloss held it in really good. This piece is entitled Groovy. You guys got to see me make this. One of the winners in one of my earlier giveaways chose the colors and pretty much gave me free range, but didn't like this, so we ended up doing a swipe with ribbons as their winning piece. So we put this one up because it was a guy and this looks more flowery. So yeah, this is Groovy. It has the silver metallics also, and the colors are really bright and vivid. Like, these colors are very vivid compared to some of the pieces that are darker. This is an unnamed piece. I'm actually not really sure what caused this piece. I want to say a tree ring because I see all these rings, but then it doesn't look tree ringy out here, so I'm not really sure, but it's really beautiful. It's on the lighter side, so it's got like some lavender looking colors and some lighter pinks, but still a few darker, brighter colors. So it would work in a more neutral kind of area or space. It does have a little bit of gold metallics in some spots, and it is coated with Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. We have another dip. This one is very vibrant, has pretty much all colors including the gold metallics. So that's another one that, try to turn this way for you guys to see. It's actually very beautiful. And this one is the Liquitex High Gloss Varnish as well. We're almost done, you guys. So here is a tree ring pour that had extra silicone in it because I was testing the difference in using silicone and not. So it has like tons of cells, like all the rings are covered up with cells. It's mostly blues, whites, there's a little bit of amethyst metallic here, and then there's the copper metallics. This one also has 2 coats of Liquitex High Gloss Varnish on it, and it is just a very pretty piece. This is the last canvas for the video, and this is Reaching for the Light. Because I see this red hand reaching out right here. And then it's got the little fingers going off of it. At least I think that was. But it's very vivid colors. This was one of, I think this was like the 3rd piece I ever did on YouTube video-wise. So this is a really early piece, and I'm actually really liking a lot of my earlier pieces. This has 2 coats of the Liquitex High Gloss Varnish on it. It is super shiny, and it is just gorgeous, you guys. That's all of the canvases. Those are all 8x10s, and they will all be $5 starting bid. Then I have my bamboo beach cutting / cheese board. It is a 100% bamboo board. We did the resin with the beach colors, the light blue on the beach in with the waves is aqua flash, so it does give you kind of a shimmery look as you go, and the back of it is clean. I worked really hard to make sure that the back was as clean as possible. The starting bid on this one will be $8. It is a full size. It's a little bit bigger than an 8x10 bamboo cutting board. And then I have the beach trays that I did with resin, which I'll have to wipe them out because there is a little bit of dust in there. Everything clings to resin. Both of these have shells in them. And these will be going as a set with a starting bid of $8. They make good little trinket trays. The shells are fully covered by resin, so you don't have to worry about throwing your keys or anything in there and busting them. I made sure they were fully covered by resin. So you can put your keys, your jewelry, you could sit them out, you know, on your table as an accent. You can even buy the little things and stand them up, or you can add to the back and hang them on your wall. So many things you could do with them. They're really nice, and they're wooden. So these two will be together as a set at an $8 starting bid. I also have some jewelry and stuff like that, that if we have time at the end of the auction and everybody is still interested in hanging around, I have some pendants. I'll be starting those out at $1 a piece starting bid, because I have about 30 of the pendants, from owls to flowers to the rounds. I even have some large round ones like this that I just kind of want to move on along. So I have several of those. Then I have some of these really nice silver bracelets. The starting bid on all of the jewelry, if we have time to do it at the end, will be $1. So I have a little basket of jewelry that, if we have time, we'll get to. So hopefully you guys enjoyed some of these pieces, and I hope you're interested. So my auction will be September 3rd on Tuesday. It will start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to attempt to do it on YouTube Live if YouTube has recognized that I've hit the 1,000 subscriber mark by then. If they haven't recognized it fully, then we will do Facebook Live, but I prefer to do YouTube Live. So I hope you guys tune in, and I hope to see you guys